This podcast is brought to you by brwdigital.com, a video production company based in Santa Fe, servicing the needs of businesses and content creators worldwide. brwdigital.com. So, Rose, tell me about your shop.
Yeah, my shop is called The Crow's Nest. It's an oddities and curiosities shop. We feature items of the strange and extraterrestrial variety, as well as everyday spiritual delights such as tarot cards, crystals, and so much more. We aim to support artists both locally and worldwide who specialize in the weird, wild, and spooky. Whether you're shopping for yourself or for the one who has everything, at The Crow's Nest we have all sorts of knickknacks, trinkets, novelties, and gewgaws. Do you like weird things? Find our shop on Instagram at The Crow's Nest Oddities. We do have an online store. It's on our website, which is also The Crow's Nest Oddities. You'll just push the shop button and feel free to explore our catalog.
Hi guys, welcome to the Breaking Indie Studio. We are here to introduce a fantastic, very fantastic interview with the very well-known Danny Trejo. Obviously, we were so excited to have him on the show. This is at the Santa Fe Film Festival where he is presenting American Underdog. It's a film that we talked a lot about and had really great conversations with a lot of the creators, but this one really stands out because obviously Danny Trejo is amazing.
Yeah, almost doesn't need an introduction.
Doesn't need an introduction. but again, bear with us. This is our mobile setup at the film festival, so, probably less than ideal quality. But when it comes to just an amazing experience, the stories,
yeah.
I mean, legendary. So,
honestly, doesn't need much introduction.
Yeah, Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
I'm here.
He's here.
All right, guys, so we are here. Welcome to Breaking Indie. Honestly, we are so excited right now. We're not going to waste any time. We got Danny Trejo. He
No
needs
introduction
needed. We're here. All right, let's do it. Danny, thank you for being here. You're repping American Underdog at the Santa Fe Film Festival. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with the project?
Well, you know what? My experience with film, period, is just, it's a beautiful place to work. I've never really met any bad people. Every once in a while you get a little smart aleck.
That's this guy.
I'd consider yourself lucky,
I
I guess.
You have to pull them aside when they look, I'll kill you. It's like, what really is hard for me is like I play bad guys, right? Staying into character. It's funny, but there's this one film I did with Mickey Rourke, and I forgot the name, but the director wanted me to.
Were you guys boxing in this?
Break in this door. No, I was a killer. Break in this door and boom, knock this lady over a thing, a railing, bangs a stunt woman, and then I got this guy down and I got this gun on this guy and I'm just screaming, "Move! I ain't killed anybody all day, bitch!" And the director says, cut. Where did you study? And I said, Vaughn's, Safeway, Thrifties, Pygmy Wig.
That's a really interesting point.
So, because if I get into that character, right, as soon as the director says cut, I gotta go grab a puppy or play with my kids or something and I don't like staying in that.
Yeah.
It's icky.
Yeah.
Icky, I don't let that get back to the penitentiary.
We got Danny Trejo saying icky on the podcast. Let's go.
And so, so when somebody's staying in character and you're at lunch, hey, pass the salt, punk. Talk to me.
Right.
It's like, wait a minute, we don't deserve that. Nobody does. And there's a good story about, oh God, who's the guy that played Johnny Folsom Prison? Come on, Danny.
Johnny Cash?
Johnny Cash.
And Walk the Line?
Joaquin
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix stays in character.
Yeah.
But you know what he does?
Scares people?
At lunch, no. At lunch he goes to his trailer.
Yeah.
Right.
Stay in character.
Right.
And see, now that's class. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if
Oh,
I'm
to
playing
not
a-
hold it on set.
Huh?
To not like keep that
Right.
energy
Put it on
set.
someone else.
on
Right,
set,
right.
stand in front of the mirror, bitch, I'll kill you. That's fine. That is class. You
Yeah,
understand?
sure.
That's an actor. You know, and I got a lot of respect for him. There's a couple of other people that do that, you know, and it's like De Niro, Pachino, those guys, they're, bang, 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 that's it, cut. You know. Let's go. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like they don't have any tricks. They just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've worked with both of them, and they're both unbelievable geniuses.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too. I mean, for a lot of people, if you've not been on a major Hollywood set, a leading man like Danny or a large actor, they kind of set the tone for the energy of the set. So if you're staying in character and like, it can be a lot for a crew member to be around that the whole time. But you know, every actor has their process, right? But yeah, I've heard that about Bobby or Mr. DeMiro. He just
awesome.
he has his like. Tell me if this is true though. I've heard that he just like he brings his own chair sometimes, and he's like, acting department is ready.
He'll bullshit. He'll do whatever. He's like, 'cause I did a movie called Heat with him. you
Right.
know, And it was funny. I wasn't even cast for that movie. I went. Me and a guy named Eddie Bunker. We went for armed robbery consultants.
yeah,
We went
yeah.
as the consultants, and Michael Mann had done a film in Folsom called The Jericho Mile. And the white guys came out and the African American guys came out, the prisoners. And
Actual inmates.
the actual prisoners, none of the Mexicans. Michael, what's this? And somebody told me, you got to talk to the union representative. Mexicans got a union. and so he ended up talking to my uncle Gilbert, Gilbert Tewksbury, another Freddie, about 5 of the guys that really ran that prison. And he made friends with Gilbert and okay, we'll work, so. And Michael Mann paid my uncle SAG wages all the time.
Even though he was an inmate.
No,
your
you're
uncle
talking to the.
Yeah, my uncle
was an inmate, right?
Yeah.
And Michael Mann was paying him SAG wages.
Yeah, he done a whole.
And I'm pretty sure that your uncle did not tell people that.
A whole, 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
And I think SAG then was $200 a day or something.
Yeah.
$20 is a lot in the joke. So my
Yeah.
uncle was a millionaire in the joke. And he saw me, he says, hey, Gilbert. No, I'm Danny. Gilbert O'Deedy died. Oh, man. So we talked. He told me all about him, all about my uncle in prison and stuff. And then he says, Dan, you know what? Come on in. I want you to read for this role. So I went in, and I actually read for the Tom Sizemore role.
Oh, interesting.
But he says, you nailed it, but I don't want you killing that kid. I don't want you holding that kid. Because in the movie, Tom has the kid.
He was a hostage.
And Michael Mann says, Gilbert wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? And I just,
This is fantastic that
So
he saw the
fucking-
honor.
so beautiful.
that
relationship.
And so I got the other role, right? And he kept changing my name, but every time he changed my name, he had to change the whole script. So every day, somebody got a new script. We got another script. Oh, Danny Trejo. And so finally, at the third script,
A lot of
he
colors
came-
on that. In that
He came
script.
up and said, "Hey, I'm going to call you Gilbert. I have to. Do you mind?" No. Is he kidding? My family cried. My whole family couldn't believe it. Michael Mann paid homage to my uncle, and then my name was Gilbert. Gilbert Trejo, played by Danny Trejo, and when me and Michael Mann became buds, I still run into him.
Yeah.
Well, and you know that Val is at the festival. Did you know Val Kilmer's at the festival too?
I love Val.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
love Val. I was hoping I know he's been real sick.
I was trying to tell the director of the festival that we should do a midnight screening of Heat, but I don't know if I stick that way anymore. I'm getting tired. No.
You know what? I think Val Kilmer should have won an Oscar for Doc Holliday.
Oh, God, it's so good.
Never forgotten that.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
I'll be your Huckleberry. It's that simple. I mean, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he was amazing in that.
That was my favorite. That was actually my favorite movie as a kid.
Yeah.
When I was
One of my
classic.
favorites. Silverado.
Tombstone was the.
Silverado and Tombstone.
Yeah.
Two of my favorites.
Well, I gotta ask you this question because we ask everybody on this question, and we've heard this story, and I want to hear it from you because, like our podcast name says, breaking indie, how you broke into the industry. You kind of came into the industry a little later than most people, right? Oh, you said 40? That's wild. Can you tell us a little bit about, one, that story, and then two, how that's opened doors for you?
Well, you know, I had no qualms with being an actor. You know, I was a drug counselor. I come out of prison in 1969 and started working as a gardener and a drug counselor. I got a call from that kid, said, hey, come on down, man. I'm having a lot of trouble. Where you at? Says, I'm working in a warehouse. I thought he worked in a warehouse. And there's a lot of cocaine. 1985. Cocaine was rampant in the industry. I mean, crazy. And I went down and hang with him. That's what we do. Help each other stay clean.
Make sure he doesn't relapse.
Went down there, we talked a minute, and okay, I'm gonna use. And look at this old guy. Old guy. He was 65, and I kept looking at him. He's staring at me, right? I know it's Brenden. He comes over. He says, you're Danny Trejo. Yeah. He says, Danny, I saw you win the lightweight and the welterweight title up at San Quentin. And I go, yeah, you're Eddie Bunker. Eddie Bunker had the most powerfulest job in San Quentin. He was the captain's clerk. That means he has a stack of papers this big. He has to go through them, see what the captain will sign and what he won't sign. So if I got a guard giving me trouble, I go to Eddie and I tell Eddie, that's a $50 bill. Eddie, this guard, man, I gotta get rid of him. He just keeps searching my cell, Eddie puts a transfer notice. 6 to 6. You know, I mean, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. 6 a.m. in a
Whole different shift,
out
right?
in the bay, you know. So then we started talking, and he says, "Are you still boxing?" Oh shit, no, Eddie, I'm 50 years old. They're gonna give me $50 for acting like a convict. You know what I mean? And on the set, we got hired as that. And we laughed because we've been doing that for free all our lives, you know, acting like convicts. And then he says, we need somebody to train one of the actors how to box. And I figured it paid more than $50. What's it pay? And he said, $320 a day. And I said, how bad you want this guy beat up? No, shit, I wasn't making that a week.
I won't even
drug
pull punches,
counselor.
I don't care.
And he goes, no, you gotta be careful. This guy's already socked. Come, shit, Eddie, $320 a day. Give him a stick. I've been beat up for free, Holmes. I started training and acting Eric Roberts, how to box for Runaway Train. Eric saw the way I fought. I hit that bag. He wanted to learn how to do it. And it was funny. I think he just came off a karate movie and thought he liked the karate.
Karate is not
He
boxing.
thought he knew. He
The
was like,
trouble with actors, you know.
I'm a
And then
karate screen.
we had I started training that, and the director Andrei Kozlowski, he saw that I could handle
Eric.
acting, a movie star.
Yeah.
Right.
Movie stars are dick, and it's funny because Pachino, De Niro, John Boyd, they won't let you call them a movie star. They say, yeah, you're a movie. No, I'm an actor.
Well, that's the thing. Real movie stars aren't dicks.
What?
Real movie stars aren't dicks. It's the ones that think they have something to prove, that they want
star,
to be the,
you know,
the real stars. They have the least
star.
egos of anyone.
Well, why are you doing it? Are you doing it to be a star, or are you
No,
doing it
hell
to?
no.
Well, that's what I'm
But
saying.
you
It's
understand?
like,
But people call me a star. No, I'm a star.
Right.
See, because that has a certain continuity. It's Brad Pitt won't let you call him a movie star.
Yeah.
You know, and he's pretty enough to be a movie star. Shit. Yeah. And so anyway, I started training Eric, and he'd do whatever I told him to do. And like if they needed him, they would tell me to go get it. So I became like his PA. Hey, let's go do this. Then I'd say, then we'll train. And he'd come do it because he wanted to train. He wanted to learn how to fight. And so then, and I was just a trainer, right? You know, every morning trainer. And then Andre comes over and saw us what was happening. He says, you be in movies, a Russian, aristocrat. His grandfather wrote the Russian national, great grandfather. But you be in movie. You fight Eric in movie. And you be my friend. And he gets me like this. And you be my, okay, now, you be my friend in prison. Red flag.
They don't kiss each other on the cheek.
Hold it, buddy. Right. Just as I get ready to tell him, he kisses me on both cheeks and walks away. And I tell Eddie, look, Eddie, I'm going to train the kid for 320, but if I got to kiss the old man, I want more money. And he goes, no, he's European. You know, so if I would have known what that old man did getting me that sack, I'd still be washing his back, you know. And so right from there. And then
What a break.
I went from movie to movie to movie. I was bad guy, mean guy, Mexican guy, mean Mexican guy, really bad guy, you know, masked bad guy, tattooed guy. The first name I got was Art Sanella in Death Wish 4 with Charles Bronson. I got to meet my hero, Charles
Bronson.
That's amazing. And I've just been working ever since.
I mean, you work probably more than any actor ever.
It's up there. It's at,
do you?
You know what blew my mind? I was giving out toys last Christmas, right? And Arnold Schwarzenegger, we were both at the same toy drive, and we're passing out toys in East LA. And he walks over and says, "Hey, I want everybody to know this is the hardest working man in Hollywood." I said, "Arnold, you'll never say nothing nice about it," because he wants to be a comedian, right? And he goes, and he's got the biggest heart.
Wow, that's quite a compliment.
Yeah, but it was like, because he's always like, yeah, you need to bulk up.
Yeah.
But it surprised me. He's like, thank you. So I must have done something right.
I mean, I get it to a degree. It's like, so like for example, American Underdog, you know what I mean? And like these independent films that you're in, that you lend yourself to. I mean, as filmmakers, our viewers, us, you know, we're always just begging and hoping to get, you know, a Danny Trejo or someone in to look at our stuff and give us that shot. And, you know, if you connect to a script the way you did, you know, to be willing to give that of yourself is pretty amazing.
Everything good that has happened to me has happened as a direct result of helping someone else. I got into the restaurant business helping a director that needed a name.
And you've helped probably more filmmakers, indie filmmakers, be able to actually share their project, get funding, get their project distributed more than any other actor in this industry.
But it was funny because this guy, it was like a low budget, no budget movie. The movie called Badass had no budget at all, right? And they needed a name, and I talked to my agent. She says, "I might turn into something good. Listen to your agent." Yeah. And I was waiting for someone to come down the line, you know, with a bigger paycheck. And then I said, "Okay, let's do it." So I went, let's do it. So it turned into a trilogy, made more money. Badasses, Badass on the Bayou. On the first one, I met a producer named Ash Shaw, who saw I like good food. You know, a real low budget movie. They'll make sandwiches. They'll make peanut butter sandwiches with jelly. And probably the director's mom is doing it. You know. Yeah. And get 25 jats. And And so I would always bring my tuna salad, in a plastic or potatoes, something, just some carbs, just I could eat. And get whatever I thought was healthy, but I had my main, and this producer, Ash Shaw, he saw me, he said, "Daddy, you eat pretty good." Yeah, shit, I'm gonna 70, you better eat good. And he said, "Do you ever think of opening a restaurant?" And jokingly, I said, "Trejo's Tacos." Yeah. We did the 3 movies. The third one, Badass on the Bayou, he brought me a business plan. About 12 pages. I opened it, the first page, no killing, no murder, or no manhandling. Fuck that. I gave it to my agent, and she said, "It's a no-brainer. It's there. You're part of this, and you're not putting any money in up front. They're doing the money, and, they're not adding. You're the faith." And so worked out the deal. I got 5 restaurants right.
Yeah. I live right next to Trejo's Donuts.
All right.
Yeah.
I go to one of the
They kicked me out of that the pineapple fritter.
I know, it's so good. Shit, I try not to. I pass it and I'm like, don't look at it.
Eat 2 of them, you gotta go to rehab.
For sure, man.
God, they're delicious.
Yeah.
So, I know you gotta go, and you've been so generous with your time. One last question for you: are there certain roles that you still are looking for, or do you feel like you've done everything? Yeah.
Characters.
Not really. I wish Robert would do his promise and finish Machete Kills in Space. That's one of the biggest movies he's ever done. But I guess he's afraid. I don't know, but we still need that one. And
You heard it here first. Machete
All right,
Kills
guys.
in Space.
hey, you know what? Yeah, Robert, go with that.
Right. You know it's your cousin, man. Come on.
Rodriguez. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to do that one,
Yeah.
And well, he ain't had a hit since Machete, so he better get it.
All right, we're going to edit that out.
God bless you.
Dan, thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
being
so much
here,
for your time,
Appreciate
man.
you. Thank you so much.
That was
Enjoy your
wonderful.
time at the festival, all right?
Danny Trejo, everyone.
Breaking Indie. Thank you.
Photos for this.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. Again, this is the Breaking Indie podcast. You know all the things, the likes, the subscribes, whatever, all that shit. More importantly, if you learned something, talk about it. Leave it in the comments below, or maybe you can share with us some of the things you'd like to learn more about, because we want to conduct more of these interviews, and we can't do it without your support. So,
Or just troll us. I mean, you can just leave hateful comments.
yeah, we'll delete them, but I'll read them.
No, we won't.
We'll see.
Well, it depends on how hateful they are. But
All right, well, try it out. Let's see where we go.
This episode is sponsored in part by Santa Fe Improv, an educational nonprofit based locally here in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Yes, and?
Santa Fe Improv has classes for adults and at their Black Box Theater, educating players at all levels of the craft of comedy improv.
Yes, and?
And they put on shows regularly that you don't want to miss. So visit santafeimprov.org to get the latest updates on shows, classes, and community events.
Yes!
santafeimprov.org.